guys, it's C. I wanted to talk to you today about Dark Night of the Soul, and I really wanted to touch on how it's not any attack on you. It's not saying that you're a weak person or that you're a pessimist or that you don't have your life together. It's not telling you that you haven't found anything important or that there's not a home for you or a place for you in this world. It isn't to do with your mental health or your self worth. It isn't to do with how much freedom you have to dream and to grow and go places in life. Any of those are just side effects, things you might come along as you are working on it, but it's really about the physical reminders of what it is that makes up our home and what it is that we choose for ourselves, our battles, our priorities, our favorite things that will give us the best life and to make things easier for us for our specific purpose. And so it's knowing it's okay to be different. A lot of people tend to isolate and get embarrassed during a dark night of a soul. They get shy because they feel like, oh my God, I have to be so transparent now. I have to open up everything. I have to look at myself and reflect head to toe on every single little thing that is going on in my life. It's not about all the life events though. It is about all of the physical things, like I said. So put it all in a pile if you need to, or if it already has a semblance of a home and it makes sense for the organization, for the way that you would happily live your life, and that would, instead of bury you, uplift you, then that's great. Keep on that. And some people like to take pictures or videos or notes, but the whole point of doing any of that is to remember that most of what you have inside you, you can be a minimalist on the outside because you have so much going for you on the inside. And you've proved that to yourself so many times. If you have a million awards, it's great for you to know that you have that affirmation and that validation, but you don't need to keep all million. You can just keep 3, 4, 5 maybe. And just keep it simple. Get a scanner, upload them to the cloud, if it's papers. If it's trophies, I say you really don't need it. Like, it's just kind of clunky and out of place. And it's like you don't really need to prove anything like that. The whole point is that you have dignity, not that you have accomplishments. It's not that you've been somewhere before, because you could buy the whole store. You could buy everything on the shelf, every piece of clothing, every little trinket, every piece of furniture, but it wouldn't tell you anything about you except that you've been able to afford it or bring it into your house somehow. Like, what you really want to keep around is stuff that makes you feel loved, that makes you feel supported, that is like the projects that will build your legacy of stuff that you still, even how much you've changed as a person, you still want to keep up on. And if it's a distraction or an eyesore or a hobby that you've given up, pass it on to someone else, recycle it, throw it in the trash. Just clear the air so that you can finally breathe and you can relax and have the peace and comfort of knowing that you have a safe place to go without all of this overwhelming you. You may have lived a full life and you may want to show for that, but keep the best parts. Keep the parts that show on you in a good way, and don't give up on the opportunity that you have for change. Don't settle for filler in your life either, guys. If something isn't working for you, you don't want it around. If you know that maybe it's something you're still working with, you're not sure, you're like, I feel like I'm still using this in my life somehow. Okay, are you using it, or is just Joe Schmo average person using it? But anyways, you consider, what is it that you really wanted in the first place? Make a wish list. On Amazon, you can be vague with your wish list and just say something that doesn't even exist yet. You can put it out there, no matter who sees it. It's something that you can reaffirm for yourself is the direction that you actually want to go. And you can update that, you can change that, you renew that. I'd encourage people, don't expect for yourself that you're going to have a dark night of the soul for weeks or months or years or anything, even if you have a lot of stuff piled up, even if you need to take out the trash every day for a week. Recognize this is going to start tiring you if you have to do that for more than a couple days at a time. And if you do it right, if you do it to completion, you don't even need to do it more than once every 6 months. You change a lot as a person. You can do the light cleaning, the light organization every single day if you want to. But it's recognizing that the life that you set up for yourself is supposed to be one of fruition, of balance, of harmony. It's supposed to be one where you see your best values right in front of you. You don't have to give up on anything. It's easy to stay in the crowd and to be yourself, no matter how different that is. You can be the best person that you can imagine based on the environment that you provide for yourself. A lot of it is our headspace. A lot of it's going to come back to you, and it's going to make you bigger and brighter. And it's going to take that basket off your head and make you take a look around and see how lucky you are. We survive every day, but how often do we really thrive? Sometimes you're going to start out and it's going to look like hoarders at the beginning, and you're going to need to declutter and organize and clean a lot just to get that point where you can comfortably survive. But once you get used to this, once you have the practice of letting go and releasing, it's like a massage. Like you feel every chakra align. You feel that tension and that stress release and just go way past your head, back to where it belongs. And you don't even have to worry about holding on to it because you have everything you need already. And you can relax and you can sit on cloud 9 and yeah, it's not an issue for you anymore. So I wish you guys luck. Feel free to reach out to me if you need any practice with it. I know it can seem a headache at times to go through every tiny little thing if you haven't been keeping up on it for years, but it's so, so worth it. Just trust me. Like, I've been doing this since I was a kid, and I can't see my life without it. This dark night of the soul does not have to be so dark after all. It is literally removing the blinders from your life so it's not a dark night of the soul anymore when you're standing straight in the light. I will catch you guys later. Thank you for listening.